Okay, we'll start the class. Turn on your videos, please. So today we are going to see dice and cubes. Confirm me, the topic is dice and cube for today. Turn on your videos, please. I see I'm waiting for you people only to turn on the videos. Do it. Thank you. So today the topic is dice and cube, right? That is what is mentioned in the schedule for you. Correct? Confirm me the topic is that. Okay. See, I'll tell you, this topic is a very, very interesting topic and very easy to understand, and it's very, very important also. Okay. So you will find, definitely you will find at least some question, at least one. Sometimes I think the maximum number of questions which came from this topic in a year is 4. Okay. I think in 2018, 4 questions. Those 4 are very, very easy. 3 were easy and 1 is little moderate. So this class is not going to be boring at all. Okay, it's very, very interesting one. And you're going to learn some new techniques, okay, on how to do it, and various techniques on how to approach a question. There are so many ways to solve a question, and we are going to see all the possible ways, okay? Yeah. Okay, have a look at this. This dice is what I mean. Um, okay, so you just see, have a look at this dice. How many phases of it is visible? Okay, I am going to use the word side instead of face. Okay, there are 6 sides. Okay, so there are 6 sides, correct? So if this question has to be solved based on the visibility, okay, based on the visibility, okay, based on the visibility of the dice. So please mention in your note that based on the visibility, you put the heading as dice first. And based on the visibility, you please write based on the visibility, we are going to find out the opposite phases. Based on the visibility, written, okay. So here 3 phases are visible, and the top has 6, and here you have 5, here you have 2. Now you should not take the fact that there is a fact that adding opposite numbers gives 7. Okay, you should not take this fact. So kindly mention this also. You should not take the actually this is a real fact of dice, but this should not be considered. Okay, this should not be considered. If it is mentioned that adding opposite sides will give you 7, then that can be taken. But this is a general fact of dice which should not be taken into consideration. Okay. So there is a dice like this, where you have 3 at the front, 2 at the top, 1 at the side. So how I am going to denote this is, I want you to write this in your note. This is top and bottom. Everyone knows that this is top and bottom, but why I am mentioning this is, if I write some numbers, I am going to write it in this way only. Top means I will mention here, and bottom means just an arrow mark. Whatever I write here, which means that it is at the bottom. I want you to write this. There is a reason for it, so please do it now. Top, bottom, and there is another pair of opposite sides, which is front and back. So hope you understood. If I write something putting arrow here, it's at the back side. Okay, next, right hand side. This is left hand side. So how many phases are there? There are 6 phases, and you have 3 pair of opposite sides. Okay, 3 pair of opposite sides, which means that left hand side, right hand side, front, back side, top, bottom. So it contains, these are the pair of opposite sides. Okay, pair of opposite phases. Okay, now what is visible here is front face is visible, top face is visible, and right hand side is visible. Non-visibility is left side, bottom, and the back side, right? Okay, so now my question is, what is opposite to number 1? We don't know, because there are 3 numbers left. Always the numbers are from 1 to 6. Okay, so whatever example I'll give you, the numbers are always from 1 to 6. Okay, they will mention definitely what numbers are present, but here I am taking it as 1 to 6 always. Okay, so what is opposite to 1? It may be 4, it may be 5, it may be 6, correct? Because 3 numbers are missing, it could be any of these 3. So what needs to be done is, I have to turn this dice in such a way that some other phases of it is visible to you, so that you can find out the opposite phases, correct? So now I have to turn the dice, right, to show some other position of it. Okay, so now I'm turning the dice. In such a way that 1 is at the top. Okay, 1 is at the top, 5 is at the front, 4 is at the back. So please write this. So this is not 2 dice, it's only 1 dice. This is position 1 and this is position 2. So please do mention it is a position and it is not different dice. Okay, so now I'll go with a shortcut to find out the opposite phases. Your main task is opposite la enna irukku kandupidikkanum avladha. Okay, what is opposite to what phase? Okay, which is opposite to which one? That needs to be found out. Okay, so every time when you compare the positions, what you have to find see is how many numbers are common, how many items are common. Let it be number or letter or symbol. Always your question should be how many items are common. Please do write this question in your note. So why I mentioned the word item is it may be even number or symbol or letter. We cannot always say it is a number. It can be even dots also. So anything. So how many items are common? Only one. Okay, one item is common, which is one number is common. So if you find only one thing common, then you have to write it in clockwise direction. Some of you might be knowing this already, but anyways, let it be like a revision for you. The first few steps, because it's a very basic step. Okay. The other things what we are going to learn after this will be definitely new for you. Okay, you will find it new. Okay, so you have to write it in clockwise direction. What that means is, starting from the common number, you please mention this also, starting from the common item. Common is 1. Starting from that 1, you have to write like this: 1, 3, 2. In clockwise direction, you have to write the numbers. And here also you have to do the same. Starting from 1, 1, 4, 5. Okay, so please do this. Please put a clockwise arrow and then mention that it is in this order. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and then here 1, 4, 5. So here 3 is opposite to 4, 2 is opposite to 5. So straight away you have to make a match. Okay, 3 and 4 are opposites. Please mention in your note that 3 and 4 are opposites. 2 and 5 are opposites. Then what is the left out pair? What is the left out number? What are all the left out numbers? 3 is here, 4 is here, 2 is here, 5 is here. So left outs are 1 and 6. So because they are left outs, those should make a pair. So hope you understood the concept of this, that if you find one common number, you have to write it in clockwise direction. You have to make a pair of opposite sides like this. Yeah, anti-clockwise எழுதக்கூடாதுன்ற ஒரு கேள்வி வேற வரும். You can write it in anti-clockwise direction, but you fix one. Okay, it could be done in any ways, but fix one. Okay, I'll give you example number 2. Okay, so here again we have only one common number, that is number 2. So starting from 2, I have to write everything in clockwise direction. 2, 5, 6, 2, 4, 3. Okay, so 5 and 4 makes a pair. 6 and 3 makes a pair. So 5 is opposite to 4. 6 is opposite to 3. And the left outs are 2 and 1. So 2 and 1 makes a pair, left outs, because they are left outs. Okay, so hope you understood. If you find only one common item, what you have to do? I'll give you one more example for better understanding. Example 3. Okay, so there are 6 symbols. Let it be this. starting from this common item at percentage dollar, and here at 8 plus. Now these two are matches, and this is a match for the left out one. Okay, this is a match for the left out one, which is this. Okay, now the question comes as, if you find two common item, what you have to do? See, only you will find only one common item. Otherwise, you will find two common item, not more than that. Because if 3 is common, there is no comparison at all. It is again the same dice. Okay, so you will not find more than that. Either you will find only one common, or you will find some of the symbols or numbers which are two common. Okay. So case 2, if you find two common item, you have to cancel it, and the rest makes a pair, which means okay. So 2 1 4 2 4 6. Okay. So now just cancel the common numbers. Here 1 is left out. Here 6 is left out. So these two are opposite. Okay, got it? So draw this and just cancel it. Cancel the common ones. And one number is left out on dice 1, and one number is left out in dice 2. So those makes a pair. Okay. Now, what about the rest of the pairs? Okay, what about the rest of the pairs is like, if I ask you the question, what is opposite to 2? Okay, what is opposite to 2? Okay, so what is opposite to 2 is, already we made a pair between 1 and 6. Okay, so the left out numbers are 3 is left out, 4 is left out, and 5 is left out, correct? So we made a pair with 1 and 6, and the left out numbers are 3, 4, and 5 to make a match with number 2. But what could be the answer is, see, it's very clear that 2 is connected with 4. Okay, you know what is mean by connected? Connected means we will use the word adjacent. Okay, adjacent. Adjacent means connected. Okay, so since 2 and 4 are connected, it's very clear that 4 is not going to be the opposite side of 2 because it is the adjacent side. Okay, so either it could be 3 or 5. So like this, the option should be selected. Okay, if you are given with this option, it should be selected like this, because the other two can't be the opposite sides because those makes a pair. And among the left out 3 numbers, 4 is connected to 2. So it's very clear that it is not opposite. So either it could be 3 or 5. So please write this question and the answer also. Okay, it could be like this. Or you can select the option cannot be determined. Okay, it cannot be determined. I'll give you another example now. Please do write this. So what is common here is 3 and 1 is common. So cancel this 3 and 1. So you find 6 is opposite to 5. Okay. So rest of the opposite sides, rest of the opposite pairs cannot be found out. Okay, so that's about dice. That's all. Okay, and two more things needs to be included. Where how you have to make the comparison, and there is another way also. Okay, you are applying case 1, case 2, and case 3 is called as elimination method. That also I'll tell you by showing another example. If you're not finding answer based on any of these cases, what you can do is you can just do an experiment. Just you can make an experiment with a small eraser. Okay, just you can carry an eraser with you, small eraser. In the eraser, you can write the numbers however it is given. I will tell you how to write it. Okay, that could be another way of doing. Okay, I'll tell you that later. Fine. So now you take a handout. Okay, just have a look at this. I want to tell you case number 3. You please write case number 3 in your note. Case number 3. Write case number 3 in your note. And you mention the heading as eliminating the adjacent sides, eliminating the adjacent faces to find out the opposite face. Eliminating the adjacent faces to find out the opposite face. Eliminating the adjacent faces to find out the opposite face. Okay, which means you can use another technique. Listen, what is opposite to 2 is the question. Okay. So now if you look at this figure, you find 2 is connected to 6, 2 is connected to 4. So 6 and 4 can't be the opposite phases. Okay. So you can eliminate 6 and 4 from the option. Okay, because they are connected with 2. So it can't be the opposite phases, right? Okay. Now if you take another case, like if you take this dice, you clearly find that 3 and 2 are connected. So it's very clear 3 cannot be the opposite phase of 2. So 3 also eliminated from the option. So it could be, it should be this. So if you are given with more number of dice, okay, more than 2 dice, it could be 3 or 4. You can use this elimination technique. Okay, so where you find the adjacent sides are not going to be the opposite ones. Okay. Now, there is another one which needs to be explained, which is, okay, if you take this question number 3, what is opposite to 2 is the question. Okay. If I use elimination technique, I can only eliminate this and I can only eliminate this. Remaining options cannot be eliminated. So elimination technique is not applied here. So what I have to do now is, any 2 dice you can randomly select. Any 2 dice could be randomly selected. And either case 1 or case 2, anything could be applied. That depends on how many numbers are common. So you try to pick up any 2 dice randomly. So it's like, it's not mandatory, it is not a compulsion, it is not mandatory to use all the given dice. புரிஞ்சுதா உங்களுக்கு? எல்லா 3 dice கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா 3 dice யூஸ் பண்ண அவசியம் இல்லை. Any 2 dice you can pick up and do. Okay, so I want to make the thing very clear that even if you're not using some of the dice, you can find out the answer. Okay, so if there are 3 dice given, just use any 2 dice. If there are 4 dice given, you can use any 2 dice. So randomly you can pick up and do. Okay, yeah. So if suppose I select these two randomly, I find 6 common. So starting from here, I can write 6, 4, 1. Starting from here, I can write 6, 3, 5. So what is opposite to 2 is the question. So these makes a pair. So 2 and 6 makes a pair. So 6 is the answer. This is there in your handout. It's question number 3. So please do mention this. இப்போ இன்னொன்னும் பண்ணலாம். Listen பண்ணுங்க. I want to tell you one more thing. Listen. You take this question number 3 and you write, we have picked up dice 1 and dice 2 and found out the answer. I'll tell you another way of doing this question. Okay, first இது எழுதுங்க. Please do write. Okay, listen. The same problem I can do it in a different way, that if I select dice 1 and dice 3, what happens? Okay, dice 1 and 3. So what happens if I select these two is, I find 2 items common, right? 2 items common. What is that? Number 1 and number 4. So I cancel that. So here 6 is left out and there 2 is left out. So we found out that 6 is the opposite phase of 2. Okay, so that's what I told you. Randomly you can pick up any 2. If I pick up 1 and 2, I got the same answer. If I pick up 1 and 3 also, I got the same answer. So randomly you can do it. But depends on how many numbers common, you have to apply case 1 or case 2. But any case could be applied for any number, yeah. என்ன phone connect ஆகுது? கனெக்ட் பண்ணுங்க. Okay, so this problem could be done in these 2 ways. Okay, so now that's all about the first category. There are 3 varieties of question in dice. This is 1 and 2 more are, that's very easy compared to this. Okay, so we will do that later. Now I want you to solve the UPSC questions. First I think first five questions are based on this. Solve till first 5. Tick பண்ணி நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு tick பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Till first 5 you have to solve, and then starting from 9, these are UPSC questions. Do number 11. Pick the question numbers, please. Number 11, number 12, (16 to 18), uh, 16 to 18, done. Okay, so do these 5 problems, then we will proceed. 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, and the first 5. You can convey anything if you want. I'm connected now. Okay, you can text to me if you want to say anything. You can give me your answers. Okay. I think only the first 8 questions are the example questions. The remaining questions are UPSC questions only, which are there in the handout. Okay. So most of the questions are from this topic. You can see. Please do give me the answers. What is the answers you're getting? Kindly let me know. Okay, so I'll give you the answers. Listen, I'll solve this. What is opposite to 4 dots is the question. So you are given with 2 dice and how many items are common? Okay, how many items are common? You find 2 items common. One is dot 5, cancel it. Dot 1, cancel it. So what is left out here? 2. And there it's 4. So 2 and 4 are opposites. What is opposite to 4? 2 is the answer. So we are comparing, applying case number 2. We are cancelling it. And then we are matching the rest of, the left out numbers, which makes a pair between 2 and 4. Okay, now here, what is opposite to alphabet A? Okay, so randomly I can pick up any 2 dice. So if I pick up, even I can pick up these 2, or I can pick up these 2, or even I can pick up these 2, any 2, this one and this one, this one and this one, any 2 I can pick up. Okay, so I'll pick up dice 1 and 3 itself. Okay, I don't take this now. I'm not taking this. I'm just comparing these 2. So I find B common, BAC, writing in this order, BAC. And here I'm writing in BEF. So what is opposite to A? E is the answer. Okay, so E is the answer for this. Even if you select 1 and 2, you'll get the same answer. Even if you select 2 and 3, you'll get the same answer. Okay, you'll get the same answer if you select any 2 dice. What is opposite to number 2? Here, I cannot compare these 2. Okay, I cannot compare these 2 because they are different numbers. Here you have 3 different numbers. Here you have some other 3 different numbers. So you cannot compare these 2 dice. So I'll compare these 2. Or else it's better if I compare these 2 because I can use cancellation method very easily. Okay, if I select these 2, what happens? 1 and 4 gets cancelled. 6 and 2. Okay, so what is opposite to 2? 6 is the answer. I think we have done this, right? No. So this and this. So finally this one. 1. Okay, only one number is common, right? So 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 5, 6. So these makes a pair. And 1 and 4 are left outs. So 4 is at the bottom. If 4 is at the bottom, what is at the top? Is the question. If 4 is at the bottom, what is at the top? Which means indirectly the question is, what is opposite to 4? 1 is the answer. Okay, 1 is the answer. Okay, what is the letter which is opposite to A is the question. And Which one I can select now is, see, first of all, I wanted to tell something in this question, which is they didn't give you what variables are given there. Correct. They didn't mention that it's A, B, C, D, E, F. They didn't mention in the line. So the first task is to identify what 6 variables are there that you should do. Okay, if it is not mentioned in the heading, or if it is not mentioned above the diagram, you have to find out what 6 items are there. Okay, that is the first thing you have to do. Okay, so here you have A, K, B. Okay, A is one variable, K is one, B is one. In the second one, M, K, H. Okay, so M, K we have already written. So H, and here it's B. So like this, you should identify all the 6 first. And after that, you can proceed. Okay, so I'll select these 2. So I find one common item, which is K. I write K, B, A. And here it's K, M, H. So what is opposite to A? H is the answer. You can do it with some other dice also. Okay, you will get the same one. So the additional point which I want to say about this question is, if nothing is mentioned about the variables, the first task is to identify the variables. See, these small things adds up to save your time in the examination. So every small thing you should know, okay, about doing a question. The concept is okay, understanding the concept is okay, and these additional things also needs to be known for tackling that. Question 4. Question 4, I think already we have solved. I'll come for that later, no issues. Figure 2 and figure 3 are sufficient to know as which side is opposite to number 6. Okay, so figure 2 and 3. See, this is like a data sufficiency question. It's like you don't have to find out the answer. You don't have to find out the answer, but you have to tell data is enough or not. Okay, data is enough or not to find out the answer. Okay, so what is the first statement says? Figure 2 and figure 3 are sufficient to know what is opposite to number 6. So they are saying that figure 2 and 3 is enough to find out what is opposite to number 6. So it's true or not. Okay, so when I pick up these two, what happens? 4, 6, 5, then 4, 1, 2. So almost you can find out the answer for everything. Okay, you can find out the opposite side of everything when you compare 2 and 3. So this statement is correct. You can find out what is opposite to number 6. The same is given in number 2 also. The same 2 figures, 2 and 3, is enough to know what is opposite to number 4. Yeah, we can find out that also. Second statement is also right. Okay, so if you pick up 2 and 3, you can find out anything. So 1 and 2 is right. Now third statement says, let's erase this. Third statement says that when you compare these 2 figures, you can find out what is opposite to number 3. So it's correct or not. Okay. So you can cancel 6 and 2. Yeah, 6 and 2 cancelled. Left out is 3 here. And there left out is 4. So you can find out what is opposite to 3, which is 4. So this is also right. So using 1 and 4, you can find out what is opposite to number 3. So all the 3 statements are correct. So which option you have to select now is 1, 2 and 3. They are asking which statement is correct. 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 are correct. Okay, no? Okay, let's proceed with the next question. Okay, listen here. So this question is asked in 2018. So it's a very, very easy question. So this is asked for 7.5 marks. But why such a easy question is asked for this much mark? Is you have to differentiate something here. One is, if you take the first dice, okay, what is above? There is a vertical line. If you take the second dice, what do you find above? It's a horizontal line. Are these two lines same or different? You tell me whether these two lines are same or different. Okay, everyone is saying, yeah, same, it's just rotated. And someone is saying it's different. But now listen. Fazil, you asked me something. Are you clear with that? I'm not getting your doubt actually. How do we know this is correct? Okay, you can connect and ask to me. You can raise your hand. 12th sum. See, 12th sum is nothing but they have given us data. Okay, using that data, they are saying that we can find out this answer. Okay, so we are checking that whether using that data we can find out this or not. We can able to do all the three. I mean, this is coming right. In the same way, second and three is also coming right. You're picking up the data and checking the answer is coming or not. Yes, which means the statement is correct. No? Okay. Rubashri, is it okay for you or some more explanations needed about the question? You can let me know. Okay, so now you take this question. Some students has doubt that, see, listen to this. This is an object. Consider this to be a dice. I'm keeping this pen horizontally over it, which means it looks horizontal for you now. If I turn this, what happens? It looks vertical for you. So line is getting rotated and horizontal line looks vertical line. So it doesn't mean that both are different. Now, still you are unable to identify whether it's same or different. So what is the first thing you have to do? Count the number of symbols which are given. Enna symbol la irukku paathaale theriyum thana. So you have to see how many symbols are already given. Okay. Now let's count the symbols. So here we have enella irukku 1 dot, 2 dot, and there is a line. Okay, line. Now if you take this one, you have 2 dots, that's already written. Next 3 dot is there, so 3 dots. And there is another line, which is horizontal line. Okay, now if you take third one, 4 dots, 3 dots, and there is a line. Okay, and if you take this one, cross. So you can see these 6 are the symbols. So if you take the line to be vertical line and horizontal line, then it makes 7 symbols, which is not right. So from this itself, we should know that they are same lines. Okay, fine. Now let's solve the question. What is opposite to single dot is this question of 16. As I told you already, you can select any 2 dice. I'll select these 2. If I select these 2, I find two items common. 2 that's cancelled. The line that also got cancelled. So 1 dot is opposite to 3 dots. 3 is the answer. So near this question you can write, we are comparing dice 1 and 2 and applying second case, that is the cancellation method. Okay, next see 17th question. What is the symbol which is opposite to two dots is the question. Two dots na neenga ipdi anything you can compare, but which is easy for comparison, like if I compare these two, some cancellation will happen, no? That kind of thing you should compare to make it easier. Okay. So should I compare now? Yeah, I'll better compare these two. What is opposite to two dots is the question. Okay, I'll better compare this. So 17th question, what is opposite to two dots? I'll compare dice 2 and dice 3 so that I can make the cancellation of this line and line get cancelled and 3 and 3 get cancelled. So 2 is opposite to 4. So what is opposite to 2 dots? 4 dots. So you can even mention that which dice we have compared. The maximum case to apply pandra better because you don't have to write it. Okay, you don't have to write it. Just by seeing you can give the answer, no? So always try to apply case number 2. Yeah. Okay, next is cross. What is opposite to cross? 18th question. What is opposite to cross? Okay, which should I take now? I'll take this and this. That's better if I compare dice 1 and dice 4 so that I can cancel the 1 dot and 2 dot, and line is opposite to cross. So for all the 3 questions, I was trying to apply case number 2 only. Okay, but even you can apply case number 1, but then you have to write it. Okay, in clockwise direction you have to write it. To avoid that step, I have done this way. Okay, fine, everything is over. And okay, there are some questions. There are some questions where case number 1 cannot be applied, case number 2 cannot be applied, case number 3 elimination technique cannot be applied, and any technique cannot be applied. But on that case, what you have to do is, I told you, no, there is an eraser. You can take an eraser. I'll show you that. Before that, give a try for this. The first category is over. Second category is this. இது கொஞ்சம் try பண்ணி பாருங்க. In the some 15th one. Give a try for this. Okay, and now you can put the heading as making the dice or forming the dice based on given condition. Okay, so we are going to make that dice or form that based on the given condition. You have to apply the condition and then draw the dice by yourself. So you are going to make it, which is satisfying all the condition. Okay, so I'll draw the dice now, which satisfies all the given conditions. Okay, now red face is opposite to black, blue is adjacent to white, brown is adjacent to blue, red face is down. So there are 4 clues given, no? So in that, which is a fixed one? You have to see that first. Which is a fixed one? Which is fixed? Red face is down. That is fixed. You have to always start from there. Okay, fine. I'll write red at the bottom. Red face is down. Okay, done. Just you can strike out or you can just underline it. Then red is opposite to black, which means black is also fixed. Black is at the top. After applying this only, you should proceed, because those are fixed. Those should not be changed. So after applying the fixed clue only, you should proceed with the rest of the clues. Okay. Next, blue is adjacent to white. Adjacent to white, blue and white are attached. It should be connected. There are 4 sides empty now. Front, back, right, left. 4 sides empty now. Which side I can fill up these 2? Any 2 sides. Okay, any 2 sides you can select. That doesn't matter. Fine. Okay, so I select blue at the front, white at the side. But anyways, you can write white inge eludhalam, blue inge eludhalam, eppadi venal eludhalam. That doesn't going to change the answer. Now only 1 clue is left out. That is brown is adjacent to blue. So brown obviously has to be on this side. The other face we don't know. Okay, fine. Now what is opposite to brown? It's white. But in however way you write, even if you change blue, white and brown, if you write on any phases, any side, you will get the same answer only. That you should know very clearly. You will get the same answer. Okay, so the same kind of thing is in question number 13 also. But here you don't have any fixed clue. So you can write any numbers anywhere. So please do it. But Anna, எப்பவுமே இந்த மாதிரி क्वेश्चंसக்கு வந்து இன்னொரு dice போட்டு பார்க்கிறது நல்லது. We have drawn only 1 dice now, and there we check the answer. But you should try for one more case and confirm that you're getting the same answer. You have to do it. Okay. Okay, 2 is opposite to 6, 1 is opposite to 5, 3 is between 1 and 5, and 4 is adjacent to 2. Okay. So 2 and 6 are opposites. I'll write 2 at the top, 6 at the bottom. 1 at this side, 5 at this side. 4 is adjacent to 2, so 4 I write here. 3 is between 1 and 5. Okay, let 3 be at the back. You know what is mean by between? Between ku na enna meaning solren. Clear listen பண்ணுங்க. What is the meaning for between is, I'll tell it as example itself. If you take number 4. Number 4 is between 2 and 6. Number 4 is between 1 and 5. In the diagram la solren. Number 4 is between 2 and 6. Number 4 is between 1 and 5. But 4 is between 6 and 5 சொல்ல முடியுமா? Can we say 4 is between 6 and 5? No. So that you understood what is the meaning of between? That's the meaning of between. A number should be present at between 2 opposite sides. That's called as between. Okay, so now this dice is satisfying all the condition. Now this is eligible to answer the given question. Okay. So which of the following is right? 2 is adjacent to 3 is correct. These are wrong. Check பண்ணி நீங்க பாத்துக்கோங்க. You'll always find the first one to be correct. நீங்க நம்பர்ஸ் வேற வேற இடத்துல கூட எழுதுங்க, but you will get the same answer only. Okay, so this is number 2, second category. Third category of questions will be from folding the dice, which are not very important, which is not very important, but there is a possibility for it. Okay, so folding the dice. Put the heading as folding the dice. And draw this figure. This figure, let it be this. I will start from this. Draw this figure. Okay, vertically or horizontally, skip one box and see the next box to find out. Continue to write this sentence to find out the opposite sides. So what does this means? First of all, I'll tell you what this means is, there is a sheet like this. Okay, there is a sheet like this. You're folding the sheet and you're making it as a cubical box. Okay, you're making it as a cubical box. There are 2 shortcuts which I follow. There are 3 shortcuts which I follow to make it simple. Even the imagine money paakakuda. Students, what they'll do, they'll imagine and see. Okay, don't do that. Okay, there are different techniques where it can apply. It's based on the sheet which is given. Okay, the kind of sheet which is given. Okay, so now I'll explain you what is mean by this. If you take this one, you skip one box and see the next box. Okay, so which means 6 is opposite to 3. If you take this one, you skip one and see the next one. So 4 is opposite to 5. Then the rest of the 2, okay, 1 and 2 are left out, and that makes another pair because they are left out. So this is how you have to find out the opposite sides or faces. But enna pannakoodaduna, a mistake which you should not do is diagonally you should not see. சில பேர் வந்து இப்படி இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்கிப் பண்ணிட்டு பார்ப்பாங்க. You should not, this is wrong. Okay, don't do like this. Don't skip and see diagonally. Okay, doing this is wrong. Okay, you should not skip diagonally. Do the same here. First find out the opposite sides. See here the question is, there is a sheet like this, and if you fold this one, which of the following possibly you will be getting? இதுல எந்தெந்த டைஸ் எல்லாம் கரெக்ட்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஒரே டைஸ் தான், but what positions are possible? If you turn this, if you fold this, which are possible is the question. இப்போ இதுக்கு நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, you have to find the opposite faces only. So try to make pair of opposite sides, and then based on that we will eliminate the options. Okay, so F is opposite to B, and then because we are skipping one box and seeing this, and in the same way E and C makes a pair, and left out A and D makes a pair. Got it? How we made a pair of this? We are skipping one box and seeing the next box. Yes. Okay, now if you take figure 1, whether figure 1 is correct or wrong, you tell me whether figure 1 is correct or wrong. Wrong. Yes, wrong, because this, you can see this F and B are connected here, but we know that F and B are opposite phases. So this dice is a wrong dice because B and F are opposite phases and there it's connected. So the dice 1 is not possible. So eliminated. Okay, then இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா EC connect ஆயிருக்கு, EC connect ஆயிருக்க கூடாது because they are opposites, eliminated. Here A and D are connected but they are opposites, eliminated. Got it? So based on the opposite phases, we are saying which dice is wrong, possibly. Okay, because A and D are connected here, but actually it should be the opposite phases. So this dice is not possible. இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா EC connect ஆயிருக்கு, but connect ஆயிருக்க கூடாது ஏன்னா EUC யும் oppositeல இருக்கணும். So which is the only dice which is correct. இது கரெக்ட்டா நீங்க find out பண்ண தேவையில்லை. You don't have to find out whether this is correct or not. But since you found out the other dices are wrong, this may be possibly right. அவ்வளவுதான். Okay, this is possibly right. நீங்க அதான right and confirm பண்ணிக்க தேவையில்லை. It's very clear from the option that if one is wrong, we can eliminate these and this is the answer. That's all. We already found out one is wrong. Okay. So what we should do is, wherever you have one, that option should be eliminated. So one option A eliminated, option C eliminated, option D also eliminated. Thereby it's very clear that option B is the answer. Okay, so that's about folding the dice, but I want to tell you some more about it. And okay, the India Bix is a very good website. இது ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் எழுதிக்கோங்க. Shortcut 2. What we have written now is shortcut 1, skipping one box and seeing the other one. Shortcut 2 is seeing the connected sides to find out the opposite side. Okay, listen. So it's very clear from this diagram that 1 and 3 are opposite faces. Okay, 1 and 3 are opposite faces. But there is no other how to find out the other pair of opposite side is just seeing the connection with most of the. If you take number 2, it is mostly connected with the other phases, right? Okay, so here carefully listen பண்ணுங்க ஒரு நிமிஷம். Okay, this 2 is connected to 1, this 2 is connected to 3, and this 2 is connected to 4 also. And also you should very carefully listen that 2 is connected to 5 also, because there is it's connected in the corner. Opposite sides will never have any corner connection. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? 2 is connected with all the 4. Then what is the left out 1 for 2? which is the only left out side for 2? 6. So 2 and 6 makes a pair. So எப்பயுமே இந்த connection, the corner connection பார்க்கணும் நம்ம. Some students always will see the direct connection of the sides, but they will not look at the corner connection, but you have to see the corner connection also, so that you can eliminate the adjacent faces. Okay. So which means the rest, which two are the rest? 1 and 4 and 5. Yeah. So this makes a pair since they are left outs. Okay, no? So now you can solve the UPSC question, which is just the same, which is question number 10. Okay. Now here you can see that green and orange are opposites. Green and orange are opposites. Okay, so this is very clear that green and orange are opposites. Now if you take yellow, yellow is connected with blue, green, orange, white, right? So all the 4. So yellow is not at all connected with only one side, which is red. Okay. So the rest 2 colors are white, blue, because they are left out. Question is, what is opposite to white is the question, and blue is the answer. If the dice முடிஞ்சு போச்சு அவ்வளவுதான். The topic is only this much, but I want to tell you some additional things also which could be useful as a shortcut. I'll show a question and tell you. Cube இதே மாதிரி தான். Cube is even more shorter than this. Dice தான் கொஞ்சம் பெருசு. The concept of dice is bigger compared to cube. Cube is very, very easy. Okay, so I'll tell you another technique. Okay, I'll take this box. So instead of this box, in the examination what you can do is just eraser. If you have eraser, you can do it. A small eraser, fine. Okay, so now here what is at the front is circle, so I draw a circle over here. What is on the right side is in cross mark, so I draw cross here. And then what is at the top is percentage. Okay, so I write percentage over here. So what I have done now, only there are three phases visible. In the front I have written circle, in the top I have written percentage, and then in this side I have written that cross. Now I come for the second position of it. Okay, in the second position, the cross, no, that should face you, and this circle should be at the right side. So how should I turn this to make like that? You should think, how should I turn to make like that is, I think upside down you have to turn this way. Only if you experiment you can know it. Now you can see this is visible and this side is circle, in like upside down I have turned it. Okay, now I have to introduce some other phases also. Okay, when this is a position that if this cross is facing you and circle is on the right side, the top side should contain this minus symbol or hyphen or whatever. Okay. Okay, so now I have written 4 sides. Okay, now 2 sides had to be filled up. If you take this one, I'll take this one. Okay, I'll take this one where this is very new. We have to fill up the rest also based on the same way, where you should have, yeah, okay, where you have this one, the circle at this side, and percentage should be at the top. So I should turn like this. Okay, where you find this circle this side and percentage at the top. Anga eppadi irukanona front la vandu plus irukanum. So I filled up 5 sides. Now there is another side which is not yet filled up, which is dollar symbol. The left out side should be filled up with that. So I filled up all the 6 phases now. Then what is opposite to plus? Cross is the answer. Okay, this is the answer. So only if you experiment it by yourself, you can find out that this is also another way. This is again an easy way, where if you are unable to think or if you are unable to apply any of the cases, you can do it. I'll repeat question number 10 and I want you to do question number 9. Question number 9 we have left out, but that's a moderate level question. You can do it. Take and do it. Question number 9. Question number 10 I'll repeat. இல்ல இங்க யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, I have taken this as an example to explain that technique. Here you can apply case number 1, case number 2, you can do all those things. But I'm telling you there is another way of doing it. Where சில questionக்கு வந்து அந்த மாதிரி find out பண்ண முடியாது. You cannot apply case 1 or 2. You'll find it little difficult. On that case you can do this ன்னு சொல்றேன் நான். Someone asked me for question number 10. Listen, green and orange are opposite. Why? Because skipping one box and seeing the next box. Because of that. Okay. I'm applying shortcut 1 here. Shortcut 1. And here, okay. Now yellow is connected with most of the sides. Which means yellow is connected. எப்பயுமே வந்து சென்டரா இது இருக்கு அப்படின்ட்டு பார்க்கணும். So that you can see the connection with most of the sides. Okay, so yellow is connected with 4 phases. அப்படின்னா என்ன meaning? Yellow is not only it's not connected only with one phase, which is red. Okay, yellow is not connected to red. So here I applied shortcut 2 to find out these two are opposites. Because yellow is connected with all the 4, you have to cancel all the 4, which means yellow and red are connected. Then blue and white are opposites because they are left outs. Got it? Question number 9 is actually easy, but it seems to be a little tricky. Where you have to think a little bit. See, the question here is, I want to tell you one important thing about this question. The question contains the word possible. You know what is the meaning if a question contains the word possible? Possible means you cannot find out the answer for it. Okay, if the question contains the word possible, you cannot find, there is no answer for it, which means you cannot find out the answer exactly for it. So possibly you can find out the answer, which means there you have to use the elimination technique where you should try to only eliminate the wrong answers instead of selecting the right answer. Okay, so I can do the elimination method only. I cannot find out the correct answer here. That's the exact meaning of the word possible. Okay. What possible numbers can exist on the two faces marked A and B? Okay. இந்த இடத்துல என்ன வரும்னு கேக்குறாங்க. A and B ல என்ன வரும்? சரி. We cannot find out what is going to be on the place of A and B. But we can find out what can't be in the place of A and B. This is the only thing we are going to do. Okay. We cannot find out what can be in the place of A and B. That is not the way what we are going to do, apply now. But what cannot be in the place of A and B, we are going to find out. Okay. Either compare panna enna kadaikum. When you compare these two, you will find 1 is opposite to 5. So it's very clear that a number 5 is given. So you eppadi idha yosikkanum na solren kelunga. How to think about this question is, there is only one number given, which is number 5. So you can do something about that number only. Okay, you can do something about that number 5 only. So that's why I'm finding out what is opposite to 5. That's number 1. Okay, when you compare the above dice, you can find out that 5 and 1 are opposites. Okay, so now it's clear that 5 is here on the right side. So 1 will be on the left side. Okay, 1 will be on the left side. So what is very clear from this is, A value is not 1, B value is not 1. Okay, A and B values are not going to be 1 and 1. So this option contains 1. So these options should be eliminated. Thereby, this is the answer. Got it? The value of A and B cannot be 1. You need to only find out that. எப்படி இப்படிலாம் யோசிக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, you have to think in this way that 5 is the only number which is given, and whatever we are doing about the dice is finding out the opposite side. So that's why I'm finding out what is opposite to 5, which is number 1. So from that it's very clear that A is on the front, B is on the top. So those values cannot be 1. இங்க கேட்டிருக்கிறது A and B value தான் இங்க கொடுத்திருக்காங்க full-ஆ. So it cannot be 1. A's value also cannot be 1. B's value also cannot be 1. So whichever option contains 1 should be eliminated. Thereby you select A to be the correct answer. Okay, done. What else? Only that much about dice, nothing much. Any doubts you can ask me. Now what is the time? It's 10:35. Be here at 11. You can take 20 minutes of break. 10:55 க்கு வந்துருங்க. Remaining cube concept is a very simple concept that is going to be for only 1 hour. Okay, you can take 20 minutes of break. You can be back at 11:55, sorry, 10:55. We'll start by 11 sharp. Okay, you can leave now. Thank you. You can ask your doubts later once I come at 10:55. Okay, go through everything by yourself.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Let's continue the class. Okay, so now we are going to see, yes. Okay, look at this. Okay. If possible, enable the video. Okay, this is a very short topic. Only just 4 formulae we are going to see. That's all. Okay, nothing much. So dice, how this topic differ from dice is, that's based on visibility. Okay, that based on the diagram what we are seeing, we are giving the answer. But here it's not like that. Here it's like you have to imagine that you're having this in your hand. Okay, you're having this in your hand. So there are smaller cubes where you're attaching all the smaller cubes, and thereby a bigger cube comes, right? Okay, so there is a bigger cubical block, and that cubical block contains smaller cubes. Okay, so now what you have to do about this is, you have to find out how many is the total number of smaller cubes over here, how many are 3 phase in it, how many are 2 phase in it, how many are one phase in it, how many are no phase in it. Okay, so these things we are going to find out. So what's mean by this? What's mean by this is total is nothing but the total number of smaller cubes which are there in the entire block. Three phase is nothing but, you tell me which colors represents three. Three phase is nothing but you are removing a cube outside. Okay, if suppose I remove this, if I remove this, I can see only three sides of its paint. It is painted. Remaining sides are inside the block. So always it's like the outer sides are painted, the outer sides are painted, and the inner side is not painted. Okay, the inner side is not painted. So we are taking in such a way. Okay, so here it's three phase painted cube, and in the same way, whatever is there in blue color, okay, whatever is there at the corner, if you remove any of these cubes which are at the corner, and you see, you find that three of its faces are painted, remaining three faces are not painted because it is inside the block. Okay, fine. So this is called as three phase painted cube, which is found only at the corners. And then two phase is nothing but whatever is there in white color, okay, blue color. This just for understanding, you don't have to write it. Two phase is nothing but the green color ones. Okay, if you remove this block, what happens? If you remove this block, what happens? You find only two phases of it are painted. Okay, so that's called as two phase painted cube. Okay, so that's called as two phase painted cube. And then if you take this one, these four at the center, so these are called as one phase painted cube. Okay, the center ones are one phase painted cube, because if you remove any of the block, okay, if you remove this block, and if you see only one side is painted, remaining five sides are inside the block. Okay, so it's not painted. So hope you understood what's mean by three phase, two phase, one phase, and what's mean by no phase is nothing but if you break this bigger block, you will find some cubes which are inside. Okay, you will find some cubes which are completely inside, which are not visible at all. If since they are not visible, we are not painting any of its phases. Okay, so that's called as no phase. No phase is nothing but the hidden cubes inside the block. So I want you to write, no, you don't write it now, hidden cubes. Okay, so hope it's clear for everyone that what's mean by two phase, three phase, one phase, and no phase. Now I want you to write in this way that three phase is nothing but the cubes which are found at the corners. Always there will be 8 corners, so always it will be 8. Okay, next, two phase is nothing but whatever is there on the edges or the lines. You will find two phase only on the edges. You can see this edge, this edge. Edge is nothing but that if there is a cubical block like this, there are 12 edges, right? So over the edges you will find the cubes. So those are called two phase painted cubes, and that should be counted using the formula 12 into n minus 2. 12 into n minus n na n na solran apuறமா சொல்றேன். What I'll tell you what is n after. But this is how you have to count it. And then one phase is nothing but 6 into n minus 2 the whole square. One phase is nothing but the cubes which are at the center of the face. Write this. And no phase is nothing but n minus 2 the whole cube, which are hidden inside. Okay, so n minus 2 the whole. Okay, so now I am going to explain what's en. Okay, so n is nothing but, here you have 4 row, 4, right? So 4 cross 4. So n is equal to 4. So if it is 3 cross 3, then n is equal to 3. contain 4 blocks in the row, 4 blocks in the column. So n is equal to 4. Okay, so there is another way of doing it where you can apply shortcut. See, only if you turn on the video, I can see your reaction and I can understand that you are understanding it, and then I can proceed with it. That's why I'm finding it very, very difficult, not switching on the video, not seeing your reactions. Whether you're following it or not, writing it or not, I could find nothing. Okay, anyways, so we will make some calculation out of this. Total என்ன பண்ணணும்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா இப்போ n வந்து 4 கரெக்ட்டா? So total என்னவா இருக்கும்னா always it is n cube. N cube is nothing but 4 cube. 4 cube is nothing but 64. So you find 64 cube in this. What's the wrong way of counting by some of the students is they are taking this one face 16 இருக்கு. அப்ப 6 face வந்து 16 into 6. இது வந்து wrong calculation because you are counting this in this face. Again you are counting the same cube in this face. Again you are counting the same cube in this face. You should not count a cube 3 times, no? So using face you should not count. Okay, it is just n cube. Otherwise using layers you can count. Okay, layers na layer la divide பண்றது இந்த மாதிரி. If you take the first layer, it contains 16. Second layer 16. Third layer 16. Fourth layer 16. Totally 64. So usually cubes should be counted like this only, using layers. Vertically also you can do, horizontally also you can do, but not using the phases. Okay, so hope you understood how to count n. Cube numbers 10 வரைக்கும் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும் சரியா? You should memorize cube numbers till 10, at least till 15. Okay, fine. So that's about the cubes. Now I'll show you a diagram. And I'll try to apply all these things. Okay, so what is this? 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. N is equal to 5. In the diagram actually கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க, but what I want you to do is just draw the front face alone like this. Full draw பண்ண வேணாம், just draw the front face. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, it makes 5. Draw the front face alone. Draw the front face. Okay, I'll write the formulas again, don't worry. Okay, n is equal to 5. So what is the total number of cube? 5 cube, which is 125. Okay, so how many are 3 ways in it? It's always 8. Okay, whatever is there at the corner. So like if the count button 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and the one which is hidden back. So 3 face is always 8. Okay, three idalam 3. Okay, these are all 2 and these are all 1. So I want you to mention these things in your note. You have drawn the diagram now. There you mention these things. So total number of 3-face painted cubes are 8. And then how many are 2-face totally? Okay, 12 into n minus 2 is the formula. So 12 into 4, sorry, here 5 minus 2, 12 into 3, 36. Okay, I want to tell you a shortcut of this now. You can just mention this as a shortcut. First copy this. Okay. Okay, two face. Mention it is a shortcut that in one line always you have to see how many are there, and there are totally 12 lines. So for 12 lines you can see any cube contains 12 lines. Okay, 12 edges. It's a fact, no? It's like 8 corners. There are 8 corners. Like that there are 12 edges. Mala 4 இருக்குமோ மேல. Okay, in the top you have 4. In the bottom you have 4. The vertically the connecting lines are 4. So 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom, connecting lines are 4. Totally there are 12 lines, no? And you find this two face painted over the lines only. Okay, so in one line there are 3 cubes, 12 lines there are 36 cubes. You can also use this shortcut. Okay, actually and the formula is 12 into n minus 2 na n, you know what is n minus 2? N is the entire line, but we are not taking these two which is at the top and the bottom, so we are removing 2 and then we are multiplying that with 12. Got it? Okay, then one face. One face. How to count the total number of one face painted cube? It's very easy. In the one face level into 6 avladhan. Okay, I'll use both shortcut and also I'll mention the shortcut now. Mention the heading as one face. One face kevlo irukku and there are totally 6 faces. That's all. Okay, here one face contains 9. Nine into 6, 54. And the one face la eppadi irukkuradhu, how many are there, how to find out that is, the outer matrix is 5 cross 5, no? The inner matrix will be 2 less than that, 3 cross 3. If the outer matrix is 10 cross 10, inner matrix will be 8 cross 8. 8 cross 8 na 64. Okay. If the outer matrix is 7 cross 7, inner matrix will be 5 cross 5, which is 25. So you can quickly identify how many are there inside. Okay, the inner matrix will be 2 less than the outer matrix. So if it's 4 cross 4 on the, it's a total, inside you will be having 2 cross 2. Like that you identify the inner matrix then into 6, because all the 6 faces will contain like that. Okay, so for one face how many it is, and then 6 faces how many. Fine. Okay, and we'll use the formula now. Six into n minus 2 the whole square, 6 into 5 minus 2 the whole square, 6 into 3 square, 6 into 9, 54. And no phase, you apply the formula, then I'll tell you the shortcut. No phase, I have given you the formula. No phase means hidden cube. If you break the outer block, you will find some inner block. Okay, what's there? See to that. Okay, I'll use the formula for no phase now. N minus 2 the whole cube. So n is equal to 5 here. So 5 minus 2 the whole cube, which is 3 cube, 27. This shortcut enna kettingena, the inner cubical block is 2 less than the outer cubical block. See, this cubical block is 5, right? So inner cubical block will be 2 less than that, which is 3 cube. Like that you have to put. If it's 10 cube outside, then inner will be 8 cube. 8 cube na evlo irukuna 512 appadi irukum. So inga 5 cube outer la irukku. So inner la enna irukuna 3 cube, which is 27. So the inner block will be 2 less than the outer block. You can either remember like this or you can remember the formula. Cube ivladhaan totally mudinjது. It's over. Cube is over. There is a part called asymmetrical cube. Okay, that I'll explain you. But the major part is this, which is over. But இப்படி diagram கொடுப்பாங்களா, how to identify n? How to identify n? The diagram will not be given. But how to identify n? 3 phase is always 8. Okay, 3 phase is always, there is no shortcut for it. 3 phase is always, because it is found only at the corners. So it's there are 8 corners, so always that will be 8, constant. It's a constant value. Okay, I want you to write these 3 sentences in your note. Kindly do it now. Okay, hope you have written. Bigger cube, what's mean by this is, it's very simple. Here they mentioned that n is equal to 4. Here also the meaning is n is equal to 4. Here again the meaning is n is equal to 4. So the meaning of the entire sentence is n is equal to 4. That's all. Why? How it's n is equal to 4? Take the first sentence. A bigger cube of 4 centimeter. Side அப்படின்னு அவங்க மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கிறது இதுதான் side. The line actually on the side. Okay. So the meaning of side is either line or edge. Okay, this is 4 and it is divided into smaller cubes of 1 centimeter. Okay. So imagine there is a rope. Okay, there is a rope. That rope is 4 centimeter. Now you have to divide this rope into 1 centimeter. You have to cut this rope into 1 centimeter. So if you cut this as 1 centimeter rope, what will happen? One like this you will divide, no? There is a 4 centimeter rope, and if you want to divide this rope as 1 centimeter, சின்ன சின்னதா cut பண்ண சொல்றாங்க 1 centimeter, then which means you will be making 4 cuts there, right? Okay. So in the same way, okay, n is equal to 4, correct? So that's why they said the complete side is 4, and you're making it a smaller cube where the line of that is 111 centimeter. The cube of dimension 444 is divided into 111, means again length, breadth, height of 444 is divided into smaller cubes of 111. So you have to divide it 4 equally, like that. And here also it means the same. A bigger cube is cut into smaller cubes of 1/4. Okay, the smaller cube contains the side of 1/4 of the larger one. Okay, so this is 4 centimeter. And if you take the smaller one, this is just 1/4 of the larger one, correct? So again the meaning is n is equal to 4. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, this is how the value of n will be given. Now you take your handout and try to solve the problems which are based on cube. Okay, take your handout. I'll tell you the question numbers. Take the question numbers. Question number 15. Question number 15. Question number 19. 15, 19, 20, 21. Do all these. Okay, I'll start from 15th one. Listen. Yeah, see the 14th one. So there is a painted on all the phases. This word is very important, that they have to mention that all the phases are painted. If one phase is not painted, then the case is different. Okay, I'll tell you that later. It's cut into smaller cubes of equal sizes, where the side of the smaller cube is 1/4 of the bigger one. So n is equal to 4. So in that, how many are one phase painted? So the inner matrix will be 2 cross 2 because this is 4 cross 4. Inner will be 2 cross 2 into 6. So 2 into 2 into 6, 24. 24 is the answer. Okay, so I use the shortcut, but you can use the formula that 6 into n minus 2 the whole square. So 6 into 4 minus 2 the whole square. 6 into 2 square. 6 into 4, 24. Okay, so you can use any one. But this is a short way of doing, identifying the inner matrix. So if the outer matrix is 4 cross 4, inner matrix will be 2 cross 2, no? So for all the 6 faces, if you count, it will be 24. Okay. So there are 5 12 cubes which are of equal size. So if you want to attach 5 12 smaller cubes into a bigger one, it should be a proper cubical block, correct? So 5 12 is a cube number of which number? 8. So only if you make the arrangement as 8 row, 8 column, you will get that 5. You can arrange that 5 12 cube in a proper way. Okay, so n is equal to 8. Sometimes அதோட cube number கொடுப்பாங்க. So 64 னு கொடுத்தா 4 நம்ம எடுத்துக்கணும். n வந்து 4 னு எடுத்துக்கணும். 729 அப்படின்னு கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா n is equal to 9. Like that we have to take. Okay. So how many are one face painted? Again, if this cubical block is 8, inner matrix will be 6 cross 6 into all the 6 phases will be 216. See, once you understand the shortcut clearly, you don't have to use pen and paper. Just you can do mind calculation itself, because the cube questions are like that, easy. But there are some exceptional cases which we will see. Okay, here 4, so n is equal to 4. How many are not painted? So it's 4 cubical block outside. So inner will be 2 cubical block, which is 8. Okay, the outer cubicle block not painted is asked, no. So which means we have to focus on the inner block. I told you already the inner block will be 2 less than the outer block. Outer block is 4. Inner block will be 2. 2 cubical block will be inside. So which is 8. Okay, so if you want to use the formula, if you're not understanding this, use the formula 4 minus 2 cube, 2 cube, 8. Okay, so here 3 centimeter cube is divided into 1 centimeter. If suppose I say 6 centimeter cube is divided into 2 centimeter, then அது வந்து 3 தான் divide பண்ண முடியும். அப்ப n is equal to 3. புரியுதா? என்ன டிவிஷன் கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னு பார்க்கணும். இப்போ 6 centimeter வந்து 2 centimeter divide ஆகணும்னா it should be divided as 3 equally. So 3 cross 3 like that. Okay, so here n is equal to 3. And how many are two face painted is 12 into n minus 2. Twelve into 1, 12. Yeah. Okay. Now cube is over. Dice, cube, everything is over. Okay. You have given me the correct answers only. Yes. Now what to do is take this question, 2019 question. Give a try for it. இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்னன்னு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. I'm sure since you are not familiar with this kind of things, you can't do it, but try to understand what is given there. I'll tell you how to do it. The cube questions ellame like they are like puzzles. Okay, you should consider this that like puzzle. The concept kadayadu. It is just like puzzle. Yeah, I want to give you a puzzle. Listen. Okay, listen. Consider this like a puzzle. So this is a block of four, right? Okay. There is another block I'm attaching here, which is of the same. Okay, again the same block is attached here, where I'm attaching the same block here. Okay. Okay. So I'm attaching a similar block of this, and then after attaching it becomes a cuboid. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி ஆயிடுது கரெக்டா? இப்போ இது கியூபா இருந்தது, cuboid மாதிரி like this. Now it becomes a cuboid. Okay. Now after attaching, I'm painting this cuboid. Fine. Okay. Now my question is, how many are one face painted in the entire block? Let's see how many of you are giving me the correct answer. You're attaching and then you're painting all the faces. Okay, you're painting all the 6 faces: top, bottom, right, left, front, back. Everything's painted after getting attached. Now tell me how many are one face painted in the entire block. You can just make a simple calculation. Formula use pannilla. You understood the concept, no? So you can just mentally think and do it. Let's see who's giving me the correct answer. "24, 56, 72. I'm reading your answers. Listen. 72, 56, 54, 48, 24, 48, 40, 24. See, 2 cubes of the same structure got attached. How many are one face painted in it? After attaching, you are painting it. அப்படின்னா என்ன மீனிங்? இதோட ரைட் சைடும் லெஃப்ட் சைடும் பெயிண்ட் ஆகல, அதான் மீனிங். Okay, you're attaching it. No, the right side of the first cube and the left side of the second cube is not painted. On that case, how will you count one face painted cubes in it? I think 48 is the most repeated answer. Okay, 40. Most of you said it's 48. See, இது UPSC question அப்படிங்கிறது என்னன்னா இதுதான். See, I don't have to tell you each and everything, each and every step. It can't be like that. No, there are 100 different problems, but concept is one. If the concept is understood clearly, you have to also think a little bit. Straight away, you cannot match the class concept with the question which is asked. You should get what is there here. Very simple. When you are attaching these two, you just have to think only one thing, that right side of this cube is not painted, left side of this cube is not painted, because it attached to each other. இதுதான் உங்க task UPSC ல. Okay, you have to do this in the examination. That you have to think a little bit. So which means that side you should not count. How generally we will count it? Here you have 4, right? We are talking about only one face painted. Here we have 4. So one face contains 4. All the 6 faces will contain 24. Like that we will count now. 1 1 1 1. Okay, so these are one phase painted cubes. Okay, now there is this is counted for only one phase. Like that, for all the 6 phases we will count it, but here all the 6 phases we cannot count. Only 5 phases we can count. Remaining the right hand side phase, no, that is not painted at all, so we should leave it. Okay, so 4 in one phase. How should I write to make it understand? I'll write like this, listen. 4 in one phase. So for 5 phases, first I'll count. Okay, there are 20. Inge, which is there at the bottom, which is there at the back side. Okay, no, so there are totally 20 cubes which are one phase painted. Are they 20 inge irukundana? Because both the cubes are similar only. Yes, yeah. Now what happens if one side is not painted? This side is not painted. What happens to the first cube is, I'll show you the side view of it. Yeah, exactly. Take this exactly the same. Okay. Already for 5 phases we have counted. Totally it is 20. Okay. Now if you take this phase, it's completely not painted. This right hand side is completely not painted. So initially it was like this. This 3 irukum, this 3 irukum, this 3, this 3, idella 2 irukum. Correcta? If it's painted, it should be like this. But now, since that phase is not painted, you should reduce the count of everything with 1 1. Edella 3 or the 2 item. Whatever is 2, it becomes 1. Whatever is 1, it becomes 0. Because that side is not painted. So you have to reduce the count of everything by 1 1. Okay. So whatever is there 3, that becomes 2. Whatever is 2, that becomes 1. Idella 0. If you remove no face is painted in it. Okay. So now what we have to do is, we have counted for the remaining phases. Now you have to include this also. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Include those cubes are one phase painted cubes now. Initially it was 2 phase painted, generally if we count. But now since we didn't paint that entire side, these things become one phase painted cubes. So there are 8 more which needs to be included. And in the 21, this one, and what, which is there at the bottom, which is there at that side, which is there at the back side. Okay. Okay. So totally it's 28. The same will happen for second diagram also, diagram 2, which is also 28. So 28 plus 28 is 56. 56 is the correct answer. Okay, got it? Yes, okay. So what is this one? How it is different from the others is, you have to ensure that all the 6 phases are painted. If the 6 phases not painted, okay. So this is one kind of question. It may be asked in different ways. Like, if suppose there are 2 phases not painted, what happens? If there are only 3 phases painted, then what happens? So you have to make the counting accordingly. Okay. So I'll tell you a website where you can refer these kind of questions. But these are not very important. But if it comes, you should know how to attend it. Okay. So next part is called as asymmetrical cube, where I have to explain a question. Okay, take this one. This is the question which you are finding in your handout, which is asked in 2019. There is a solid cube. Okay, so this one is a solid cube. So this is painted in 3 different colors: yellow, blue, black, on the opposite pairs, which means the opposite sides should have same color. Okay, and then it is cut into 36 smaller cubes, where 32 are smaller or same size and 4 are bigger. So I'll make the division like this. That I'll tell you later. How to think about finding the cube, that I'll tell you later. But I just want to explain this question to you. Okay, so there should be 36 there. 32 should be equal size and 4 should be bigger. So which means this layer 1, you can see this layer 1 contains 16. The bottom layer also contains 16. This is just the same way how it's been in layer 1. And this is 4. Are you understanding this cube? The first layer contains 16, second layer contains 4, third layer contains 16. Yeah, okay. Now it becomes 16, 16, 32 of equal size, and middle you have 4. So totally 36. Now the question is, question clear, this question is not correct. The question is, how many are one face painted in it? How many cubes are, they didn't mention about the color, but how many are one face painted in it is the question. Okay. So in the top layer, in the 4, idella one face painted. See, whatever is not touching the border is one face painted. Okay. So we focus only at the center of the face. Okay. So we have 4 cubes, which is at the top layer. Cube at the top layer. And 4 cubes at the bottom layer. So totally 8 is the answer. I want you to draw this diagram in your note. But na idhula irundhu idu eppadi varudhu adu apprama solren. How to identify that this is how a cube will be. Okay, we will not know it now. There is another division also. Vera vidhama kuda divide pannalam. There is another division also where you can make this 16 and 4 makes 36. You can do it in a different way. But how this is how it should be formed, I'll tell you that. Okay, so please do write it. Idhukku the solution. But how to bring the solution, I'll tell you after this. The middle layer ke one face painted kadiyadu. Middle layer ke ellame two face painted da. Okay, you can see two sides are visible. Edu visible o the evlo sides visible o athana sides paint panna mudiyum nammala. Okay, so it's about the visibility. Okay. So now how to bring this figure out of this information? Okay, that's very important, no? There are, see, this is called as asymmetrical cube. It's not a symmetrical cube. Asymmetrical means it's not equal. The rows and columns are not equal. Okay, but it's a cubical block only. So from a cubical block, how to form a cube like this is that should be practiced by you. Actually, I'll give you a website for you where you have only 2 or more divisions. It's like randomly they won't give you numbers. There are only few numbers which is given and a few divisions. Where I'll give you that reference. Just see to that. This is not very important, so I don't want to explain this to you because it will get messed up with the easy concepts. So I don't want to explain this separately. You just have to do some little practice. But I'll tell you, if you find any kind of question like this, skip it. Skip it. That's my suggestion. Don't do this kind of question in the examination. It will take some time to understand and do it. So better avoid this kind of question. But I'll give you a reference where you will know if this number is given, this is how a cube will be. Okay, just see that reference, you will understand. நான் ஒரு PDF send பண்றேன் உங்களுக்கு. உங்க group எப்பவுமே கரெக்டா வாட்ச் பண்ணிட்டே இருங்க. I'll send you a PDF where if this is a count, this is how a cube will be. Only there are 2-3 examples like that. I'll give you that as a PDF because it's not very important, so I don't want to explain that here to you. Fine, it's over. What else to be explained now? வேற எதுவும் இல்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Only this much. Yes, yeah, one more thing which is left out in dice. I'll tell you another shortcut. Just a minute, don't leave. A very important one I want to show you. Yeah, refer this website, which is called as Edudos. இது பக்கத்துல எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க, Edudos. If you find, if you type like cube Edudos, you will get this page directly. In Google, you type Edudos and cube, you will find it. பாருங்க 64 smaller cubes னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா? So it's like n is equal to 4. அதுல no face colored எத்தனைன்னு கேக்குறாங்க. So if n is equal to 4, inside will be 8. So I think you will be given with some explanations also. You can look at the explanations here. Hint னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்களா, that's explanation. There are so many questions in it. You can just refer. இந்த 20 questions பார்த்தா எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு போதும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். This is more than enough if you refer to this. Yeah, you can see the explanation is very, very clear. Okay, no? Just refer this website after completing this class. This is enough, okay? And one more thing finally. Okay, how will you do this? I want you to give a try for this one. This is slightly different. This is also folding question only, but it is little different from other questions. How will you do it? In the sheet வந்து fold பண்ணா எந்த box எல்லாம் வரும் possibly is the question. Okay, give a try. Let me know the answer. When the course is getting completed, I'll tell you, wait. Your C3 only, no? I'll tell you the remaining topics for you. Your C3 batch only, no? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Started on June only, no? So June, July, August. By September end, it will get over. September, yeah, probably by September, your course will get over. I think for 3 months after your course has been completed, it will be there. You're completing a course by September, no? So October, November, December, yeah, till December end, the videos will be there. Yeah, after class, you'll be having tests. Totally 20 mock tests you will be having. Okay, I'll explain this. So as I told you, first let us find out the opposite sides. Okay, listen carefully. This is opposite to this, right? So this one, the shaded one is opposite to the dotted side. Okay. Now this blank side is opposite to the blank side. Okay. Then rest of the two sides are this and this. Okay, so these are left outs. So we will make a match for this. Okay, so what I did now, I have made a pair of opposite sides. Okay, I found out which are opposites. Okay, so now if you take this, anything you take. Okay, I'll randomly take this one. This is opposite to only this. Okay, and this is adjacent to all the four, correct? அப்படிதான் meaning வரும். இன்னொரு technique இருக்கு. That is shortcut 4 also. This is shortcut 3. There is another shortcut also to do this. I'll tell you that also. Okay. This is one. Another one is, if you can make L shape, then cube can be formed. Then that cube is possible. Okay. If you can make L shape out of a given figure, L shape. If you can make a L shape, I'll tell you what is mean by that. Okay. You can make a L shape. So this is shortcut 4. This is shortcut 3. Okay. Which means, if you take this figure, you have one dot and you have two empty sides connected. Correct? You have a dotted side and two empty sides connected. Okay. If I can make a L like this, you know what is the meaning of L? It could be interconnected with each other. That's the meaning of L. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு L make பண்ண முடிஞ்சதுன்னா, that figure is possible. Like that you can do it. Okay. So you can make this L out of two empty side and one dotted side. So this is correct. One correct நால என்ன ஆயிரும்? இது ரெண்டு eliminate ஆயிரும். Correct? Okay. So now this contains 3 and 4. This contains only 4. So we just have to check whether 3 is possible or not. Whether 3 is possible or not. We have to check that. Okay. Yeah, I told you another way, no? What is that is? Okay. I'll start with this itself so that it's not confusing for you. Okay, let's check a 3 is possible or not. You can see a dotted side is connected to one empty side and one black side, black shaded side. Okay, so I'll take this dotted side. It's opposite to only this. and this is adjacent to all the four, all these four. It is adjacent to all these four, correct? So which means this could have connection with இது எந்த ஷேட்னா நீங்க பார்க்க தேவையில்ல. Either it could be this shade or this shade. It can be any shade. Okay, so this could be connected to this one or this one. So they can be adjacent sides, no? So this is possible only. So since 3 is possible, this is the correct answer. So the other sides could be opposite, I mean adjacent sides. Well, because this is the only opposite side. Like that you can make the connections. But idella romba rare that it won't come like this difficult in the examination. But anyways, இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா என்ன மீனிங் கேட்பாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா I'll tell you what is the meaning of this. This one, no, this one, this smaller 4 is getting connected to make 1. Okay, and இப்ப நீங்க கேக் வாங்குற பாக்ஸ் எல்லாம் பாத்திருக்கீங்களா, the bottom of the box, the bottom of that box will have 4 division, no? That is just to make the folding easier. Okay, so that 4 makes only one side. So like that, these 4 combines and makes one side, and that side will be always opposite to the center one. இதுக்கு opposite ஆ தான் இந்த 4 இருக்கும் எப்பயும். Okay, and these two makes a pair, and these two makes a pair. இந்த லெவலுக்கு வராது கொஸ்டின்ஸ், பட் இருந்தாலும் you should know that this is also kind of question. You can practice these. ரெண்டே வெப்சைட் தான். எஜுடோஸ்ல வந்து நீங்க கியூப் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுங்க, இந்தியா பிக்ஸ்ல வந்து டைஸ் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுங்க. That is enough. Thank you. See, whatever is understandable, you can just have that in your mind. Whatever is not understandable, just leave it. No problem. ஒரு சில சம் வரலன்றதுனால கான்செப்ட் டிராப் பண்ணக்கூடாது எப்பயுமே. You should always try to extract, and whatever is understandable, you can have that in mind. Remaining, you can leave. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the one who switched on the video. Special thanks for you, Fazil. Okay, any doubts you can ask me, others can leave. Thank you. Aishwarya, see, listen. 4 divisions பதிலா 2 divisions பண்ணிருக்காங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். Okay, இந்த குட்டி குட்டி சைடு இருக்குல, the small and small, it makes 1, and that is opposite to the center one. Okay, so அப்ப இதெல்லாம் possible இல்லன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, இது actually possible தான், because you can make L shape out of these 3. இங்க பாருங்க, இது ரொம்ப ஆர்கனைஸ்டா எல்லாம் பண்ண தேவையில்ல, just randomly quickly you can do it. Okay, இப்போ இதுக்கு L shape போட முடியுமா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா, இந்த ஈக்குவல் டுக்கும் இப்படி L shape போட முடியும் தானே. So 3 possibleனா இது எலிமினேட் ஆயிரும், because 3 அங்க இல்ல. 1 possible-ஆ இல்லையான்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா மேபி தெரியல, we don't know about it. Okay, 2 possible-ஆ என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா 2 வந்து பாசிபிள் ஆகாது, because இந்த எம்டி சைடும் எம்டி சைடும் ஆப்போசிட்ல வரும். So 2 பாசிபிள் கிடையாதுன்றதுனால இந்த ஆப்ஷன் எலிமினேட் ஆயிரும். Now 3 வரும் கரெக்டா. ஸோ 4 வருமா இல்லையான்னு பார்க்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். இப்போ 2 வருமா இல்லையான்றது இல்ல ஷுவரா, இது நமக்கு தெரியல, we don't know. So don't take this, we don't know. இது என்ன பார்த்தோன்னே ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிக்க முடியல. when you imagine you can do it, but don't know, just leave. எது ஷுவரா கரெக்ட், எது ஷுவரா தப்பு, அதை வச்சு நீங்க ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் எலிமினேட் பண்ணிடலாம். ஓகேவா, இது வரலாமா வரக்கூடாதுன்னு இருக்குல்ல, அதை விட்டுருங்க, அது பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஓகே, this we don't know. இது வந்து it's not coming. Okay, it's not possible. இது possible, definitely possible. பார்த்தாலே we can make L shape out of it, no? Okay, இப்போ அந்த 4th possible இல்லையான்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதுவும் பாசிபிள் தான். ஏன்னா வந்து அங்கேயே ஒரு L போட முடியும். இங்க பாருங்க, inverted L you can put, no? ஸோ அதனால இது பாசிபிள். இப்போ இது நமக்கு வந்து தெரியல, இது வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்க தேவையில்லை, இதை வச்சு நீங்க ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் பிக் பண்ணிடலாம். The options will be always like that. Okay, so since 3 and 4 is possible, you should find 3 and 4 and you should not find 2 there. So 3 4 இருக்கணும், 2 இருக்க கூடாது அப்படின்னா இந்த ஆப்ஷன் தான் கரெக்ட். Got it? The cube is slight, why it is given 64 smaller cube வந்து நீங்க அட்டாச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா, அதாவது லென்த் பிரெத் ஹைட் எல்லாமே எல்லாத்துலயுமே ஃபிட் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா 64 கியூபை நீங்க எப்படி ஃபிட் பண்ணுவீங்க? 64ஓட எதோட கியூப் நம்பர் 64? எதோட கியூப் நம்பர் 64? What, any doubt? 4ஓட கியூப் நம்பர் தானே 64. ஸோ 4 நீங்க வெர்டிக்கல், அதாவது 4 ரோ லென்த் பிரெத் ஹைட் எல்லாமே வந்து 4 4 இருந்தாதான் 64 அது ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். இட் மேக்ஸ் அ கியூப். கியூப்னா என்னது? எல்லாமே ஈக்குவலா இருக்கு, லென்த் பிரெத் ஹைட், டைமென்ஷன் ஷுட் பி ஈக்குவல். நோ. ஸோ எப்பயுமே ஒரு நம்பர் கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா அதோட கியூப் ரூட் என்னன்னு பார்க்கணும். 64 அப்படின்னா அதோட கியூப் ரூட் வந்து 4. ஸோ வி ஆர் வெரி கிளியர் தட் த கியூப் இஸ் அ 4 4 cubical block. ஸோ அதுல கொஸ்டின் என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, how many are not painted? So how many are not painted? N minus 2 the whole cube is the formula. We know n is equal to 4. So if you apply n there, you will get 8. If the question is no face painted, then answer is 8. Yes. Okay. Hope I have cleared all the doubts. Any other doubts you can ask me later. I think everyone is having my number. You can ask me later. Otherwise, you can ask me in the next class, or else you try to clarify yourself with the concepts where I have shown you the website now. This practice, much of practice is not required. If you understand all these things, that's enough. But anyways, for your comfort, you just practice just for 1 hour. Okay, just for 1 hour you practice. That's enough for this whole concept. Okay, thank you. We'll see. Bye.
Recording stopped.